afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News. I'm Madhushka Balasurya and let's start off with a look at your headlines. Severe weather advisory by Met Department on rough and dangerous seas off the coast of Galle to Batticaloa via Jaffna. Atmospheric disturbance persists to the east of the island, resulting in heavy rainfall. A motorcyclist arrested for travelling on the Katunayake Expressway. Private bus employees operating from Mathura on protests. Anti-government protests continue in Thailand. And now moving into your local news. The Department of Meteorology states that sea areas off the coast extending from Galle to Batticaloa via Jaffna may be rough and dangerous. A severe weather advisory issued by the Early Warning Centre of the Met Department, a severe weather advisory given by the Met Department via, the prompter seems to be having a problem. Centre of the Met Department, the Met Department has said that wind speeds could reach up to 70 km per hour at times.
The Met Department warns that intermittent showers or thunder showers will occur over sea areas off the coast extending from Galle to Jaffna via Batticaloa.
The atmospheric disturbance still persists to the east of Sri Lanka, but rainy conditions have been reduced temporarily over the country. There will be showers or thunder showers at times in the northern, eastern, and north central provinces. Thunder showers will develop at most places elsewhere, particularly during the afternoon or night. There may be temporary localized strong winds during thunder showers. There will be intermittent showers or thunder showers, especially in the deep sea areas of the coast extending from Galle to Jaffna via Batticaloa. Showers or thunder showers will develop at several places elsewhere in the sea areas around the island. Winds will be northeasterly and speed will be 30 to 40 km per hour. The winds over the sea areas of the coast extending from Galle to Jaffna via Batticaloa can be strengthening up to 60 km per hour at times. Wind speed over the other sea areas around the island can be strengthening up to 50 km per hour at times. The sea areas of the coast extending from Galle to Jaffna via Batticaloa will be rough at times, and other sea areas around the island will be fairly rough at times. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize the damage caused by lightning activity.
Many fishing vessels did not set out to sea today as well from the Hambantota Fisheries Harbour. Our correspondent said that all multi-day fishing crafts were anchored at the harbour. However, several crafts had drifted off to sea by this morning due to strong winds. The highest rainfall received in the past 24 hours ending at 8:30 this morning was 74 millimetres reported from the Ulhitia area. Girandurukote received a rainfall of 68.9 millimetres.
Now moving into another one of your headline-making stories. A motorcyclist has been arrested for travelling on the Katunayake Expressway.
The police media unit says that the motorcyclist, who is a tourist, had entered the highway from Katunayake ignoring police orders. The individual who had been arrested in Vattala was handed over to the Vattala police. Meanwhile, police media unit says that the individual who illegally entered the Southern Expressway on a motorbike and collided with a van is continuing to receive treatment at the Naguru Hospital in Kalutara. The individual had entered the Southern Expressway through the special entrance set up for expressway officials and had been travelling towards Galle when he met with the accident at dawn yesterday.
Private bus employees on a number of routes originating from Mathura are engaged in a strike action.
The president of the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association, Gamanu Vijayratna, says that workers on routes originating from Mathura to Dikwella, Tangol, Tissamaharama, Kataragama, Munragala and Ambalipitia are engaged in a strike action. The strike had commenced this morning, citing the legitimate use of several buses to operate on certain routes. Nevertheless, our reporters say that buses plying towards Mathura were in operation as usual. Our reporters added that passengers were not inconvenienced as a number of Sri Lanka transport buses had been deployed when the strike commenced.
The final rites are to be observed today for veteran educationalist the late R.I.T. Alice.
The remains of the late R.I.T. Alice were brought to D.S. Senanayake College in Colombo this morning. A large crowd gathered at D.S. Senanayake College to pay their final respects to R.I.T. Alice. The funeral committee notes that the final rites will commence at 2 o'clock this afternoon at Gateway College at number 185 Koswat Road, Rajagiriya. The cortege will then proceed to the General Cemetery at Boralla. The funeral committee requests all those wishing to attend the funeral to be present at Gateway College, Rajagiriya at 2:30 this afternoon.
Meanwhile, police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohan has stated that vehicular movement will be restricted to a single lane from Battaramulla to Colombo for a period of 1 hour from 4 p.m. today to facilitate the funeral procession for the late R.I.T. Alice.
A special traffic plan is implemented in connection with the funeral parade of late Mr. R.I.T. Alice. The traffic plan is implemented from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the evening. The vehicles that are coming from Sri Jayawardhanapura, Battaramulla towards Colombo, Kanatta would be restricted for a 1 lane from Gateway Junction to Kanatta Junction. But the vehicles that are going towards Battaramulla from Colombo, that movement will not be restricted. All the lanes will be open. However, the vehicles that are going towards Battaramulla from Colombo and that turn to Navala Road, that movement will be restricted. And in addition to that, the vehicles that are coming from Rajagiriya towards Navala Road also will be restricted because the funeral parade will be moved on the road. In addition to that, if the road users need, they can go towards the baseline road and turn to left from Kirimandala Mawata Junction, then they can reach Navala Road. In addition to that, all roads will be open. But the traffic plan is implemented only for a period of 1 hour. Every time, obey the road signs and instructions given by traffic police.
Newsfirst You reporter Lalit Padmasiri from Waligama filed this report on the disruption of development.
This is the Pitiduwa Kumbalgamwa Road, which is one of the main access roads to the Waligama town. About 1.5 years ago, a project to resurface the road was initiated and work was underway. However, as a result of the failure to remove 2 electricity posts on the road, despite informing the relevant authorities, work on the road has been suspended. The people are calling on the relevant institution to move the 2 electricity posts and recommence work on the road.
Newsfirst You reporter Waligama Lalit Padmasiri.
Meanwhile, 2 people have died in separate road accidents. An accident which occurred on the Galnawa Mudungoda area in Polonnaruwa involving a van and motorbike claimed the life of an individual last night. The deceased was 26 years old, Pramod Sadamal, who was travelling in the motorbike. He was a father of 1. Another person who was injured in the accident was admitted to the Tambuttagama hospital. A tragic road accident was also reported from Habarana.
An individual died after a motorbike toppled into a precipice near the Giritale tank on the Habarana Polonnaruwa main road. The accident also left an individual injured and he was admitted to the Polonnaruwa General Hospital. The person who lost his life in the accident was a resident of Atumalyaya in Polonnaruwa and worked as a laboratory technician at the Higuragoda District Hospital. He was 39-year-old Migara Alhakun, a father of 3.
And now some news from the world of hockey. Australia and Argentina continued their strong play at the Hockey World League final yesterday as the Hockeyroos claimed a 5-1 win over China and the hosts snuck by New Zealand 2-1.
Australia jumped out to a quick 2-0 advantage on goals from Claire Missant and Kelly White before Meng Yu Wang scored for China in the 30th minute to cut the lead to 2-1. The Aussies quickly struck back as Emily Smith tallied in the 36th and 50th minute to make it 4-1 and Jodie Schultz provided the final score for a 5-1 win. The second match proved a tight affair as New Zealand grabbed a 1-0 lead in the 21st minute when Anita Pant scored, but the hosts fought back with Delfina Merino tallied in the 24th and 40th minute to give Argentina a 2-1 victory in San Miguel de Tucumán. Australia owns the top spot in the Pool B standing just ahead of Argentina due to goal differential, with China in third place and winless New Zealand at the bottom.
And that's a wrap from us from here at the Newsfirst studios. I'm Madhushka Balasuriya. Be sure to join us for 55 bulletins throughout the rest of the day. Have a very good afternoon.